mid-year budget adjustments done in January, which were a response to falling revenues. It was stated that it basically took a few minutes to find that $800,000 savings. And basically, to me, the statement was made to trivialize the process and to make it seem that the town always has money in its back pocket. And obviously, that's not true. Now, we know half the savings were related to refunding, which took a lot of work from consultants. And on the other half, it took many hours for us to do a budget analysis and interview the department heads to make sure what we were going to do was actually valid. There was another comment, and the issue is comparing the adopted 10-11 budget to the 9-10 adopted budget, or do you compare it to the amended budget? And it was stated that night that it was like disingenuous to compare the adopted to the adopted. And basically, people did bring up, and it related to me. If you look in your packet here, there's the spreadsheet explanation of 3% mill rate increase versus 1.5% budget increase. And this relates, the top page, and you can see I've highlighted, it does relate to the amended 09-10 budget. And it does because this spreadsheet was done in response to a citizen. The citizen brought up, and that citizen used the amended budget and a 1.5% budget increase, and was curious, we're having a 1.5% budget increase, how can we possibly have a 3% tax increase? So I created this spreadsheet in response to that question using the amendment. However, on the second page, you can easily answer the same type of question, comparing the adopted to the adopted, which was created a 0.71% budget increase, and you still have a 3% tax increase, and you can still explain it mathematically. And the differences are highlighted down below in green. If you're on that second page where we're doing adopted to adopted, you can see current taxes increase because of increase in budget expenditures of 736 and reduced other revenues of 1.1. Those are the two numbers that change from sheet to sheet because of the amended budget. So this wasn't created by me justifying adopted to amended. It was the answer to a question. So I think it's fair. Now you can still use both comparisons, but it's fair to use the adopted to the adopted comparison. And one more item. I think it was the budget document that was raised, and a citizen was mentioning that there were many budget increases on the town budget, and basically it was stated over and over again as the person was going down the list, increase, 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 increase. In fact, in your package, you have the budget document comparing the adopted budget to the 09-10 adopted and the 09-10 amended, and the very last two columns are differences. Differences between 10-11 and 9-10, both ways. And as you go down through this document, you'll notice that all the departments are flat or less than the adopted budget. And even if you use the difference between the council's adopted and this year's amended, you'll find out that most departments are flat or negative. The places where you see increases are those places that we identified in the very beginning of the process. Pension fund, employee benefits, workers' compensation insurance, police salaries because of their contract, and highway to make up for the loss in stimulus funds.
Well, let me just put it this way. There are more pieces to the puzzle than just a particular number and a budget. There's issues of revenue, there's issues that have already been done. I don't know that this board or the Board of Selectmen at any time has been anything other than very, very careful to say, this is what it is amended, this is what it is budget to budget. There was even a comment, a rather lengthy comment, about the selectmen's budget being padded, which I thought was very interesting because it actually came from a selectman. And in my personal, over lunch, I pulled the minutes and took a look at them, and it was interesting to note that in every single line item during the budget's, the Board of Selectmen's deliberation, the person that claimed that the budget was padded, that individual voted every single time in favor of, and then moved the bottom line at the end, and it was all in favor again. So sometimes public participation can be entertaining.
I also heard a lot of misinformation, and so that the lesson learned here about is from my takeaway is that'll teach you to do the right thing. You know, but seriously, you anticipated the question. You had the spreadsheet there. You had the answer in black and white, but it didn't matter. And I thought, as far as the the amended budget, the $800,000, to me that was the cheapest shot of the evening. You know, for someone to go along and make a lot of hay over that. You did the right thing, and I think the board did the right thing. So I was very disappointed.